Hello. So Hayden wanted me to share my frustrations with ALS. So I told him I'd make a list and go through them with you guys. So, I want to specify that none of my frustrations are on Hayden. They're all it's all ALS. It's got nothing to do with Hayden. Hayden just happens to have it. But just wanted to be really specific with that it's got nothing to do with him. This is all just ALS. So for me, Hayden's diagnosis still doesn't feel real. We're a little over a year into diagnosis, and nothing's really changed at all. So it's just kind of been really confusing, at least for me, because you just hear that ALS moves so quickly and so fast. So it's just we were terrified, and then all of a sudden I'm speaking for myself, but there's just we're back to normal in a way, but a slightly different normal. I feel like we're back to a 98% normal life for myself. We're just back into the routine of life. Everything's feeling quite normal. Because I know back when Hayden first got diagnosed, the first couple of weeks were just rough. And my sweet little Callie, she would cry to me at night and just be like, "Mom, I just want our life to go back to normal." And in my head, I'm just it's not. We're never going to be back to normal. Things are going to be changing so fast, and they're going to see things that I don't want them to see. But then here we are a year later, and we were able to go back to normal, which is just weird. My kids don't really talk about it anymore. I think things have just normalized so much for them that they don't bring it up. So, for me right now, his diagnosis kind of just feels like a bad dream, like a bad nightmare that I had but can't forget. Because I don't know, it's just been weird. It's been a weird spot for me to be in. But it's kind of I feel the only way I can describe it is I have my ALS cloud that floats around me. And it's there, and I realize it's there, but, it's I'm waiting for it to start raining, to start downpouring at any moment. So that's going to lead me into my first frustration. These are in no particular order, just kind of what came to my mind at the moment. It's probably one of my biggest frustrations is the unknown. I absolutely hate the unknown. I just like to know what's going on, and this does not allow that. I'm just I'm always wondering when his weakness is going to progress. It's always on my mind. I just feel I'm just always looking at him what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? He probably gets annoyed of me. So we believe that Hayden's been progressing. We can kind of pinpoint that he's probably been having symptoms for about 3 years, a little over 3 years, just in his hands. And it's not even terrible weakness. He can still do things with his hands, but it's just enough to have noticed a difference. So I think that's been going on for about 3 years, which I feel for ALS is not normal or typical, at least from other people's stories that I have seen. So, which is just kind of crazy. And then I wonder which location that it's going to affect him next. And I pray every night that his voice and his breathing and swallowing, all of that will be affected last. That's with anything with this disease, I just hope and pray that comes last and very far into the future. Another part of the unknown that I do not like is that I feel like we cannot plan a future. It's just weird that I feel like it doesn't feel right to just be like, oh, well, we can do that next year. We can do that next year. And I'm just like, now it feels different because like we don't know if he has a next year. We don't know what next year is going to look like. He could be in a wheelchair. He could be using a walker. You know, we just don't know. Like our future's so unknown with that. And then I also sit and wonder, it makes me sit and wonder, like, speaking of a few things from this last year, it's like, was that Hayden's last time wakeboarding? You know, was that his last time going on the deer hunt, like with our kids? And it just, yeah, I don't like it. Or even like, we like to use our camp trailer, and it's just like, how much longer are we even going to be able to use that? Like, how much longer is he going to be able to get in and out of it and all of that? So that stuff, the unknown drives me crazy on a daily basis. But I try to keep myself busy so I don't sit and focus on it. Frustration number 2 is my whys. Like, why Hayden? Why us? Why? Like, why couldn't this have happened to a bad person? Like, this world is full of scumbags and disgusting people. And like, why could this not have gone to someone else that's more, I don't want to say like deserving, but I mean, there's just people that make poor choices in life. And I'm just like, Hayden's such a good person. Like, why did this come to him? And then, like, why now? Why, if Hayden was meant to have this disease, like, why could this not have happened, you know, in our 60s, 70s, like, kind of when it's supposed to happen? So that part frustrates me, because it would have been a lot better to happen later in life, when our kids were grown, when he was able to make a lot more memories with them. And yeah. Frustration 3. I'm frustrated about how cruel this disease is and how quickly it can take everything from everyone around it. Like, I've known Hayden since we were 14 years old, and I'm just like devastated to know that I'm gonna have to watch him go through this. So I don't like that part of it. It frustrates me. Frustration number 4. I'm frustrated that my kids are going to have to go through this with us. Like, they're just too young. And I just feel like it's so unfair that they're gonna have to see things that most adults, like, it kind of scares most adults to see, and they're gonna be seeing it in their own dad. I just wanted my kids, like, my ultimate goal as a mother is to have my children have this trauma-free, just happy childhood. And I'm scared that this is going to take that from them. So I do not like ALS for that reason. And it's just frustrating because most likely they're going to lose their dad before they're even adults if this disease progresses the way that it typically does. So I'm frustrated that Hayden's not going to be able to be the dad that I know that he really wants to be. Like, going through it, there's going to be times, you know, where he's probably, like, he won't be able to use his arms, so he's not going to be able to hug our girls like he wants to. And there's just, like, I could name off so many things, but I just know that it's going to be frustrating for me to sit and watch that happen. Frustration 5. This one is my frustration with myself. Because sometimes I'll be so focused and stressed about things that like haven't even happened yet. I'll focus too much on what's going to happen in the future, and I need to be better at like focusing on the here and the now. There's no use focusing on the future when it hasn't even happened yet, and we don't even know how exactly it's going to happen and play out. So I need to be better at that. Like I often sit and wonder, how am I going to do this all on my own? I am the type of person that really struggles asking for help. I'm really stubborn in the fact that I know I can do it on my own. Like things in life, like if I don't know how to do it, I'll go watch a YouTube video on it and learn how to do it. So I don't know. I'm just stubborn that way. It takes a lot for me to ask for help. But I know that we are so lucky and that we're surrounded by friends and family and even like Hayden with coworkers that we'll definitely be taken care of. And I know that there will be those that come and really help us. But I just think there's still stuff on just my side of being the wife it's going to be a lot. And that overwhelms me at times, just thinking about that. Or thinking about like, more than likely I'm going to probably have to go back to work full time, which is what it is. Right now I work 2 days a week, so I'll be working 1 more day a week to be full time. But because eventually Hayden's not going to be able to work. So we're going to need to be able to make sure that I need to be able to make sure that we can survive. And because my ultimate goal is to not leave this house. I love this house so much. And I just don't want to change up anything else for our kids. So if it makes me go back to work, then it does. And that's okay. But it's a lot to think about. Like, how am I going to work full time, take care of Hayden full time, take care of our girls full time, all of that. Pay the bills, do everything that needs to be done in the house, do everything that needs to be done outside the house. Like, I can sit and spiral on all the stuff I need to do, which is overwhelming. And then it even gets into the more difficult stuff of like, I will spiral on like, how are we going to make these difficult decisions in the future related to ALS of like, and these are all Hayden's choices, and I just support as he goes. But I mean, does he get a trach? Does he get feeding tube? Like, what route are we going to take? What route is Hayden going to choose to take? So those are going to be like big decisions where I just support him through them. Every once in a while he tells me that I'm going to make those decisions, and I tell him no, Hayden, I will not make those decisions. Those are your decisions. I don't want to make those decisions. I don't feel like they're my choice to make those decisions. But yeah, I could talk about these forever. Forever I could talk about these. But I'm going to stop there because you're probably bored by now. What is this? Like my 6th frustration is that there's no cure. There's no hope. Like, at least I know cancer is just pretty close to how horrible this all is. And at least with cancer, you can try radiation. Like, you have options. But it's just like with ALS, you have no options. You just have nothing. Like, I mean, the medications that he's currently taking, their claim is to give you 2 more months. Like, it's something so pathetic. It's just like frustrating. And there's just like, that's just all we have. And some people don't even get to take those medications. And quite honestly, I don't even know if the medications are doing anything. It's hard to know. It's hard to know if they're even helping. or if Hayden is just a slow progressor. I don't know if it's the medication making him slow. I really don't know. So I just feel like it's quite unacceptable that there's just nothing to help these people living with ALS. And then I wanted to mention these are like a few of my frustrations that were early on in ALS, was that, we had mentioned we didn't have a good start to ALS. They pretty much were like, hey, you have this disease, see you later. So that was frustrating that we were given no guidance at all. It's just like we weren't even told that this was a terminal disease, that we were a very quick terminal disease. It's like we had to find out a lot of stuff on our own, which was frustrating. Like, I just feel like there should be, as a neurologist, you should just have better, bedside manner. Because with me, it's like we had our 3-year-old with us at the time. It's like, can you not see that he's a young father? Like, he's in his young 30s. Like, I just feel like you would give someone better guidance and direction and help. I don't know. That part blew my mind. And there was one more. Oh yeah, just trying to get into like the ALS clinic for us. I know I've heard some people's stories and it takes even longer, but it took us 3 months. Like, you call to make an appointment and they're like, yeah, we're booked out till like 3 months ahead. And I'm like, what? I'm like, for a disease that is supposed to progress so quickly, like, you're gonna make us wait 3 months to even be seen? Like, that blew my mind. I was just like, what the heck? Like, you would think with ALS, like, they'd be seeing you within the next few days or even a week. I'll give them a week. But yeah, definitely was not a fan of that. Yeah, I think that's all my frustrations that I could think about. I'm sure I will have more as this progresses on. Who knows if we'll make another one of these videos, but yeah, I hope that can help somebody see the caregiver side. I feel funny calling myself even a caregiver at this point. I don't do anything for Hayden yet, but for a future caregiver. I just kind of hope that's to see my side of the frustrations, and yeah. I don't know how to end these videos. Hope y'all have a good day. Bye.